Hello and welcome to Armchair Perspectives. Wimbledon, the oldest and the only grass court Grand Slam tennis tournament in the world, wrapped up on Sunday with world number one Yannick Sinner defeating Carlos Alcaraz in 4 sets. This marked the first time that an Italian has won the 148-year-old tournament. The Grand Slam tournament has hosted many players, great players in the years past. Five times champion Bjorn Borg, three-time champions Boris Becker and John McEnroe, seven-time champions Sampras and Novak Djokovic, and eight-time champion Roger Federer come to mind. In the women's competition, the likes of Martina Navratilova, Steffi Graf, and the Williams sisters absolutely dominated the grass court since the 1980s. Behind each of these players' successes are years of mind-numbing hard work drenched in sweat and blood, with their minds and bodies tattered by unyielding pressure, years of toil, hard-fought wins, devastating failures, and recurring injuries. Consider the recent past of world number one Yannick Sinner, who won the Wimbledon on Sunday. In early June, he faced Carlos Alcaraz in the French Open final, which lasted a mind-boggling 5 hours and 29 minutes. Sinner won the first two sets but went on to lose the last three, two of them closely fought tiebreakers. That's how thin the margins are that define the careers of tennis players. Sinner remains the world number one men's tennis player, and for good reason. He kicked off 2025 by winning the Australian Open, and in 2024 he won two Grand Slams, the Australian Open and the US Open, and boasted a terrific season record of 73 wins to just 6 losses. Yet, despite being number one in world tennis, he has faced serious heartbreaks in the last couple of seasons, including the French Open loss this year, the loss in the final of China Open in 2024, and the loss at Indian Wells in 2024, all to Carlos Alcaraz. Such are the challenges even for those who are at the top. Now you may think, what does it take for a young tennis player to play at a prestigious Grand Slam tournament like the Wimbledon? Let's take the example of India's rising tennis star, Srivalli Rashmika Bhamidipati. Bhamidipati presently ranks number 320 at the WTA Women's Rankings, but gained nationwide recognition in June when she won 5 matches in a row to help the Indian women's team qualify for the Billie Jean Cup 26. This year, she also beat former world number 39 Alexandra Krunic in straight sets in the L&T Mumbai Open. In June, she also reached the quarterfinal of the ITF World 75 tournament in the US. Bhamidipati aims to eventually compete in the Grand Slams. But what does she really need to do to qualify for the Wimbledon Championship? Here's what she must do. To automatically qualify for Wimbledon, a player must have a rank of 104 or higher at least 6 weeks before the tournament starts. At present, the world's 104 ranked player, Great Britain's Francesca Jones, has 712 points. Bhamidipati just has 203. To help young tennis players like her gain more points, earn prize money, and compete at the top level, WTA organizes a large number of international events, starting from W15 tournaments where winners get 15 WTA points, to W35, W50, W75, W100, W250, 500, 1000, and Grand Slam tournaments where winners get 2000 points. To play in WTA 1000 mandatory tournaments and in the Grand Slams, Bhamidipati first needs to chip away at the W50, 75 and 100 events to go up the ladder. Winning a single W50 tournament based on existing points tally can improve her ranking from 320 to 280. Winning a W100 event can take her to 240. She did fairly well in her last two W50 and W75 outings, reaching the quarterfinals in both events and gaining 27 points. But a semi-final berth has eluded her so far. Her greatest success arrived at ITF W35 event in Solapur last year, where she won 5 matches in a row, picked up 35 ranking points on her way to lifting the trophy, a success that propelled her to the Indian senior women's team. But she must compete and win in more W100 and W250 tournaments to have any hopes of playing the Grand Slams in the near future. It is also important for Bhamidipati, once she starts winning more matches, to manage her workload, play more WTA 75 and 100 tournaments, skip the 35 and 50 events, where the rewards aren't as high. She will eventually have to compete in WTA 250 and WTA 500 events to qualify for mandatory WTA 1000 events, winning which will fetch her 1000 points. For any professional tennis player, just winning a tournament is not enough. The competition is fierce, and to preserve her rankings, a player must Bhamidipati must continuously compete at the highest level and keep winning. Her success will ultimately depend on her fitness level, her confidence, her ability to find ways to maximize her strength, prey on her opponent's weaknesses, and maintain her will to win, no matter the challenge. The race gets tougher as one goes up the rankings, but every single test provides a lifetime of experience and learning that one just cannot quantify. See you next time.